Uh-oh. Yeah. So you've probably heard the news by now, but it's true. Marvel just officially delayed pretty much all of Phase 4, at least when it comes to 2022 through 2023. 2021 is still good. Eternal still comes out next month. Spider-Man No Way Home in December. But everything else has been delayed. And there's some big stuff here that we have got to talk about. I mean, just look at the reshuffling here, which we'll talk about when we get into breaking down each individual movie, the reasons and all that stuff. Because this time I actually don't think it's due to the pandemic. I think it's actually for other reasons, which we'll get into. Starting off with the first movie of 2022 for the MCU is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which originally was supposed to release on March 25th, but now has been moved to May 6th, which this is the one that makes the most sense to me as for the release date, because just, the March release date never really would have worked that well for Doctor Strange in any time period, because first of all, March, it just really isn't a great time of year to release movies. Like, there's never really been any huge movies released in March, and so it just makes sense that Doctor Strange would be in May. To get that's May through June and July is pretty much like the prime time for movie release, especially since this is going to be a big, huge MCU multiversal event. May just makes more sense, so then this can really be the big MCU movie that kicks off the summer movie season. So that just makes a lot of sense for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And also, because in March, if Doctor Strange stayed there, the Batman is also releasing in March. And I mean, we just saw that beautiful new trailer the other day, and I mean, it is Marvel and it is Doctor Strange and it's this big MCU movie, but still, if I was Kevin Feige, I wouldn't want to compete with the Batman either. And at least looking into the future right now, just at the moment, so far there's not really any other big movies coming out in May next year. Anyway, so Doctor Strange has the whole month pretty much to itself. So this is definitely a really smart move for this movie. But let's talk about the other ones. So we have Thor Love and Thunder, which previously was dated on May 6, 2022. And as you can see, like, they've kind of just reshuffled. So Doctor Strange took Thor's spot, Thor will take Black Panther's spot, and so on. So they're kind of just like moving it forward, or not forward, but back each slot, which, they already had the release dates reserved, so might as well. So Thor Love and Thunder, originally for May 6th, and now is going to be releasing on July 8th, 2022. Which, for this one, I think it works. I think it works pretty well. Thor Ragnarok came out in November, and that was pretty successful there. May would have been great for this again, but also, like I said, with Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness, like, May through July is kind of like prime time for movie season. So Thor Love and Thunder, with this being another big MCU movie, I think July makes a lot of sense for this film. But then we get into a little bit of not greatness with Black Panther 2, aka Black Panther Wakanda Forever, previously dated for July 8th, which is now the release date that Thor 4 has taken, and now has been moved to November 11th, which November is, I mean, it's an alright time of year, but that is when Thor Ragnarok came out. That's when the first Doctor Strange movie came out. I believe that's when Deadpool 2 came out. Maybe the first one. I don't remember on the first one for sure. And that's also when Justice League came out in theaters. So November is kind of a toss-up. Like, it can either be really good or really bad. We know Eternals is coming out in November this year. So we'll see. Obviously, this would have worked better in its original release date, which was going to be May of 2022. And then it was moved to July, and now it's moved to November. Because Black Panther is going to be that big MCU movie, and after the success of the first movie, Marvel was giving them that primetime season release date with May and July, but now, unfortunately, it's been moved to November, but hopefully it can still find success in that time of year. Then we have Captain Marvel 2, aka The Marvels, which was previously dated for November 11th, 2022, and now is moved all the way into 2023 on February 17th, which honestly, I think works. I think this works for this movie because the first Captain Marvel film came out in March, so I feel like this could work here for February, around the same time period. And we've actually been getting recent rumors about a huge delay to the Ms. Marvel series, that won't release until June to July of this year. So that makes more sense, because when I first read that rumor, I thought that was just outrageous. But now that we have this news, it makes more sense. And I'll probably do a video on that either later today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that as well. But I think this release date will work for the Marvels. And then we have Ant-Man 3, aka Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which previously was dated for February 17th, 2023. And now is going to be moving to July 28th, 2023, which obviously is a huge jump for this, but this is actually going to be very beneficial to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania because, again, like I was saying before, July is in that prime time summer movie season, so it works really well for this film, especially since this is going to be a bigger scale Ant-Man movie with Kang the Conqueror and possibly some Young Avengers stuff going on here. So I think that works really well for this. This is when the first two Ant-Man movies came out, so I think it should work fairly well for the threequel as well. Now, here's where we get interesting, because on top of all those previously dated movies, we also have untitled Marvel films. So there's 3 of them here. 2 of them have just been completely taken off the schedule, and one was previously dated for, November 10th of 2023, and now is moved up a week to November 3rd. So definitely interesting here, and again, they are untitled Marvel films, so we don't know what they are, but the biggest theories that I could come up with is definitely Blade. I feel like this could be the one that was previously slated for October 6, 2023, just because, you know, it's Blade, October, he's a vampire hunter, Halloween, that whole stuff. So October just makes sense for a Blade release date, but now it's just been removed from the schedule, so who knows what they're going to do with that, whether they're going to try and find some sort of spring release date for that in 2024, or if they'll delay it all the way into October of 2024. We'll see on that. And then we also have most likely Fantastic Four, which was announced back at what was it called? Actually, it wasn't even an event. It was just this promo that was released by Disney and Marvel a couple months ago. I think like back in May. It was Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movies, confirming that this was coming in the next few years. We didn't get a release date on this, but this is what I'm assuming they're talking about here. And this could be possibly the last one here, with the November 10th, 2023 moved up to November 3rd. That's what I'm thinking it could be. But then again, it could be the July 28th, 2023. We don't know for sure. But another thing that's interesting to take into note here is that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 still has its release date of May. I don't remember when it was made. I feel like it was like May 23rd or something like that. That's just the number that's popping in my head. But that is still keeping its release date in 2023. And then finally, we have Deadpool 3, which I feel like could be, again, either that one slated for November 10th or moved up to November 3rd, or possibly the July 28th removed from the schedule. Because recently we actually just got the news that Ryan Reynolds is kind of taking a break from acting for a little bit here. So that could be a reason why the film was removed from the schedule, because they don't know when they're going to be able to get Ryan Reynolds back to do this movie. I don't know, kind of just a theory. Again, these are untitled Marvel films, so it really could be honestly anything. For all we know, it could be a movie that we don't even know is happening, like a Young Avengers movie, or Thunderbolts, or even like Nova, or X-Men. Like, who knows? We really don't know for sure, but I'm definitely excited to find out. So yeah, not great news. I mean, some of these new release dates are going to be really beneficial for some of the movies, like specifically Doctor Strange 2, Thor: Love and Thunder, and also Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, but some other things like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Not ideal, but you know, it's Marvel, it's the MCU, we trust Kevin Feige, hopefully it'll all work out. But for now, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about these delays to the Marvel Studios MCU slate for Phase 4? Which delays do you think are good? Which delays do you think are bad? And are you just as sad as I am that now we have to wait almost a whole year to finally see Wanda Maximoff return, my celebrity crush Elizabeth Olsen? Wow. Anyways, but guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life. And by the way, she's just one of the celebrity crushes. You know, I got a whole list.